SG Reads.
Hello fellow travelers, my name's SG and welcome to the channel. Today, since the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 trailer just dropped this Tuesday, I thought it'd be interesting to do an episode of a cartoon show where Sonic the Hedgehog has crossed over with, and maybe later on as the Sonic the Hedgehog movie comes out, we'll do more crossovers or events that have come up involving Sonic the Hedgehog. But for right now, I just want to focus on this one, and it's okay K.O. Let's Be Heroes, Let's Meet Sonic. And if you like this content, please leave a like, comment, subscribe down below. I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, let's get started, shall we? The story for the episode is rather simple. It's that Sonic ends up in the world of OKKO at K.O.'s bodega because he heard from a flyer that they have the world's greatest chili dogs. Turns out they don't have any chili dogs at all, and it's just a trap set by OKKO's main villain, Dr. Boxmore. And with that, he tries to roboticize the version of Sonic and ends up roboticizing K.O. And there is a side plot of Tails kind of being jealous of K.O. for having the attention of Sonic. It's a very simple premise, but it makes up for that in both the animation style and the small and nods at the old references for both the Sonic the Hedgehog OVA, games, and series that I will talk about in a minute. The storyline is fun, the characters are interesting, and it really does rely on dialogue along with certain other aspects of the Sonic the Hedgehog world or main canon. So it is interesting to actually see somebody put the older canon into one cohesive storyline, even though I didn't exactly expect it to be that interesting. The animation is definitely one of the highlights of this episode because there are so many colorful takes and so many different transitions that we see that are from the original Sonic games, such as Sonic Mania, and a lot of the OVA is definitely referenced in it. And it does add to the overall way OKKO presents itself as an animation overall. And it's fun, energetic, and keeps your attention the full time. I can't say that there wasn't a moment that I couldn't recognize something from the original animation. And that even that small little details throughout the whole episode really does bring it all together, but I will talk about it in the reference section. But the animation overall is amazing. It's fun, lighthearted, colorful, and will keep you on your toes as it goes along. You can definitely tell that the Sonic Mania guys really had fun working on this episode. The music in itself is very fun. You do get the traditional OKKO background music, but you do get Live and Learn as Sonic's main theme song that you hear every once in a while, and even at the beginning of the episode. Even Tails' theme is a remix of the Emerald Coast from the Sonic Adventures game. So the mix of the two really does add to the overall vibe that the Sonic the Hedgehog and Tails are giving off, showing that it is a different world than we're seeing the original Sonic the Hedgehog characters from. But at the same time, it's very familiar, very lighthearted, and very fun to just hear these songs again, just in a different tone. A lot like what the movies did along with the games, such as City Escape being in the main trailer for the Sonic the Hedgehog 3. While it's very cinematic now, you can still tell that that's just City Escape. We do get returning voice actors for Sonic the Hedgehog and Tails. Roger Craig Smith plays Sonic, who has been Sonic the Hedgehog in animation and in some of the games, I believe, since 2010. And we get Colleen O'Shaughnessy, who has been the voice of Tails since 2014 in both the animation and I think the games as well. And we do get Jim Cummings coming back as Boxman. When it's funny because he played the original Eggman in the Sonic AM series, I believe. So that's just a fun nod, and I'm sure it was fun for everybody to relive that instance. So, other than that, we do have K.O. as the main character, who is still the same voice throughout the series. But for the most part, it's still fun to hear these voice actors kind of coming back and reprising the roles. Except for Boxman. He's still just Boxman, but still leaning into the Eggman bit throughout the episode. There are so many references I could point out, like the idea of turning KO into Metal KO, which was always a reference to both the second Sonic series, but more of a reference to the Sonic the Hedgehog OVA. And even the ending where he's trying to save Metal KO is from the OVA itself. We do get the spin dash, certain lounges. We do get a lot of video game references, such as the opening itself is a remake from Sonic Adventures 2, I believe. We do get KO making constant poses from the Sonic games. Again, like I said, the music, the title card sequence, as I said. KO makes reference to Sonic beating a plumber at the Winter Olympics, which is non-canon, they say. We do get several other references that are very obscure, like the Tails backstory that's said throughout the episode is from the original Sonic the Hedgehog 2 manual, which was given. So that's fun. Boxman's laboratory is definitely based on the chemical plant zone in this episode specifically, because it looks very different, very more robotic than it was in the original series. And of course, we get the tornado, Tails' plane, which takes them back home at the very end. And of course, how can I forget the very ending, which is a fun nod to all the Sonic Says. So the fact that they managed to bring that back is really funny to me, because only those who remember the Sonic AM series will remember the Sonic Says, or if it's still a meme kind of thing. But they even go the full 9 yards that make a nonsensical version of the Sonic Says. So, like I said, there are so many more references and hidden Easter eggs in there. Like I said, in the animation side, there was even that bit, that scene from Sonic Mania. If I missed something, please leave it down in the comment section. I would love to hear all the little things thrown in there. And yeah, let's move on, shall we? Overall, this is a very fun special. It does add a lot to the characters. I do like that they brought in returning voice actors that are prominent in the Sonic the Hedgehog lore. But for the Sonic Says bit, I wish they would have brought Jaleel White back as the original voice of Sonic the Hedgehog. That would have just been a little over the top for me, and it would have been fun to see him reprising the role again. But it's still worth the watch just for the animation section. The storyline's fun. The characters are interesting. Even the little nods to the original sayings from Saturday AM, you could tell that this was made by fans of Sonic the Hedgehog. You could tell that from beginning to end, that they knew what they wanted to put in as many references as they could to the main series of Sonic the Hedgehog, while at the same time trying to add their own flair to the storyline. And even the ending for KO calling Tails way past cool was from the Sonic the Hedgehog Saturday AM series. So it is a fun episode, and I do recommend going to check it out if you're a Sonic the Hedgehog fan, or if you're just a Cartoon Network fan. It is very interesting and very fun. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I know it's a little shorter than usual, but I wanted to get this one out because it's been on my mind lately. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoy. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe down below. It really helped me out. And yeah, I hope you all have a great day. See you next time.